welcome back for another week of Mermay. This week I had so much fun drawing all the prompts because I think the prompts just really spoke to me this week, and I was so inspired to draw so many different things. The first prompt was dystopian, and I thought this was such a great prompt, and I was really inspired by a real dystopia that we're experiencing, especially for marine life, and that is the crisis of plastic in the ocean and marine litter. So I just really wanted to make something that was a bit more serious, and I really love dystopian films and books, and have always enjoyed the seriousness of it, even though it is very often sci-fi or fantasy. I think it's so real, and so this was really interesting to this time have something that was real, and the theme is dystopian, and the only thing that isn't real in this drawing is the mermaid. I was looking at pictures of plastic in the ocean, and if you've seen some of these pictures, it looks like it's just an ocean of plastic, and so I wanted to imagine this from the underside, where you see the sun coming through this sort of this hole in the plastic where you can see the sun coming through, and that was really, I was really pleased with that drawing. The second day was heartbreak, and I imagined this Romeo and Juliet story where she's a mermaid and he's a man, and he's just been shot for some reason, like maybe their respective families were quarreling over, maybe their love is forbidden or whatever, and she is trying to save him, and he's drowning and he's shot, and just really dramatic. I was so happy with the way her line of action turned out. She got this great movement. I didn't get the blood to look quite right, but I could revisit that in the future, but overall I'm really happy with this drawing. For the third day, I was so inspired by this because I love reading tarot. If you know me, you know that I I love tarot cards. I love the design and the symbolism and the mysterious aspect of it. And so when the theme or the prompt was celestial, I immediately wanted to draw something inspired by the tarot card, the star. And you can see me testing out many different poses, because for other things I sort of have a vision or an image in mind, but here I really drew inspiration from the tarot card, the star. So I needed to experiment with, like, how could I change it and make it my own and make it different. The star is a symbol of hope and prosperity and creativity and getting in touch with your subconscious, and it's really a great card if you ever get it in a reading, because in the major arcana is after the tower, which is disruption and chaos, and so the star is sort of the calm after the storm, where you manage to examine your life and find new creative input and really meditate and really find your voice again. And I find it such a beautiful card. The design is so nice in the original card, and so I wanted to capture some of that, and I changed up the pose a little bit, and then I included the entire zodiac in the background, and I didn't manage to get all of the signs on the wheel, so I added them as constellations in the background. So all of the star signs are represented in this drawing, and the 8-pointed star above her, and then I also wanted to include what's in the original tarot card by Pamela Coleman Smith as well, with the 2 jars and the tree and the bird. So it should have all the elements of the original tarot card, which is really cool. So quite happy with how this turned out. And for day 4, we have this sea monster, this sea creature, and I really enjoyed this one. This was very inspired by, I really love the moment in Finding Nemo when they meet this deep sea fish, and it's just terrifying. I've seen this fish at an aquarium in Ålesund. Well, it was dead, but it was really cool. I tested out a few things and I warped it, and I tested out color, but my favorite version was the black and white but slightly warped. Let me know in the comments which one you like. And for day 5, the prompt was companion, and I imagine that seals are a little bit like dogs. So I drew a seal, and this old lady mermaid, just I imagine her having her pet seal on her older days, and that she's a retired opera singer. I just wanted her to be an opera singer, really. And have, like, she was supposed to be very sort of have all of this fancy clothes and lots of pearls and all of that, and she has a ship in her hair, which I think there is an opera where they actually have a ship in their hair. I don't remember which one, but it's also inspired by Marie Antoinette's hairstyle that she wore. She wore it when the French won some Navy victory stuff thing in a previous war. I don't remember the history, but I'll have to Google it. But yeah, so it's inspired both by an opera singer and Marie Antoinette, I suppose. And she really loves her pet seal and really wants to just spoil him. And I think the seal enjoys the luxury as well. He seems quite happy. I think also what I found so interesting about this week is that I feel like every drawing I made had a different style, definitely a different color scheme, and it was just a lot of fun to experiment with different colors and composition, and I really focused on characters this week because that's what I really enjoy doing, so that was a lot of fun. For day 6, the prompt was old money. And I didn't have that much time because I was watching Eurovision, and then I forgot all about the Mermay challenge, and so I had to post it Sunday morning, which was this morning. But yeah, I tested out a few things in the background and I ended up not liking it, so it ended up just being a portrait painting. So, but yeah, she is a horse girl, and I ended up giving her a tail that is kind of inspired by a brown trout, because I felt like it sort of went really well with the tweed jacket. I also think it's kind of funny that she's very rich, but her tail is like a common trout. I just thought that was funny. And for day 7 we have Mama, and this was a really fun and cute drawing. I had so much fun. If ducks hatch and you're nearby, they will grow really attached to you and look at you like their parents, so that's why Mama sort of worked with this sort of cute little duck drawing. I went to the park today with Claudia, who's a friend of mine. We studied animation together, and we'd planned this picnic for a while, and it was so nice to see her again. And she's doing Danny May and I'm doing Mermay, and we just had so much fun drawing in the park, and the weather was so nice. So yeah, definitely gonna do that again. Yeah, I'll link her Instagram below if you want to see her work, because it's so fun and creative, and I love her work, so go check her out. But yeah, that is Mama and her little ducklings. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!